bro, because like you're the like main person in this story, and if other people start taking control of that, like, bro, fuck that, bro. You can't let other people control you. Like, that's the crazy thing, bro. Like, people will act like they like. Here's the thing, bro. Like, people will act like because they're not willing to be a part of your program that you are not who you say you are. When you always know that you have power, bro. You are who you say you are. You are valuable. Like, people will act like you're not valuable because they're not willing to respect you. They're not willing to because like they think that like respecting you is bowing down to you, thinking that they're like thinking that you're better than them. No, they just don't have a solid sense of who they are as a person, so that they understand that like respect is a mutual thing, and there's nothing wrong with giving respect to another person, especially if you truly respect them and you truly appreciate them, you truly want them to know that. And it's okay, bro, at the end of the day, because a lot of people, they don't get it. A lot of people, they don't understand, like, bro, it's okay to show respect. It's okay to like be good to people. It's okay to be nice to people. It's okay to, and that doesn't show weakness at all. But like, it's kind of crazy how like some people will literally just like they will project their like negativity on other people. So that's why you need to get far, 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 far the fuck away from anybody who doesn't treat you like you truly are. They don't want to treat you like the king or queen that you truly are, bro. Get the fuck away from them. Get away from them immediately. They don't matter. They don't matter, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, lock the fuck in on your goals and the things that you're working on, and nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you, bro. I'm telling you. It's like it's like this, bro. People always try to like make an excuse to not hold accountability for themselves, for others. And like, here's the thing, everybody wants to have the greatness, everybody wants to have riches, everybody wants to have wealth, everybody wants to have all of that shit. But like, here's the thing, everybody's so fucking lazy. They're super lazy, bro. Like, they're super lazy, and like they don't want to work, they don't want to build themselves up, they don't want to like become anything. Like, they don't want to go through those hard times. Like, bro, what the fuck do you expect? What do you expect? Like, what do you expect, bro? If you're not willing to put in that work, how do you expect to get anywhere? Like, I had somebody tell me I'm not great at anything. Why the fuck would you ever say that? Why would you say that? Even if you're not, why are you not working on building yourself into being somebody who has something great about them? Like, that means you're just accepting that you suck at life, and that's just okay with you. And that's disgusting. Don't be around those types of people, bro. Don't be around the people who talk shit about themselves. Because if they're willing to talk shit about themselves, what the fuck do you think they're going to do about you? Somebody who actually carries themselves with a good, positive energy. They're going to be so jealous that they're not going to be able to acknowledge how good you are. They're not going to be able to handle how good you are, bro. They're not going to be able to handle how much that you carry yourself in a way that is high vibrational. They're not going to be able to resonate with that, bro. They're going to want to tear you down as much as they can, bro. And you don't need anybody, bro. You don't need anybody, especially if they're going to treat you like shit. If they don't treat you good, bro, get the fuck away from them, bro. Get away from them, bro. Because here's the thing, if you start settling for less in your relationships that you go for in life, you're gonna start settling for less and less and less in business and your professionalism and everything, bro. So just never settle. Yo, Alex, what's good, bruh? It's good to see you, man. I'm telling you, bro, because if you start settling for less and less and less, you're gonna end up getting less and less and less. So if somebody's gonna treat you like trash, bruh, forget them, bro. Genuinely block them erase and delete their contact. Make sure they cannot get a hold of you, because that shit is so fucking serious. That shit is so serious, bro. Take care of yourself by doing that. That's self-love, by you getting away from people who don't mean well, that don't want to show you love, who don't want to show you respect. Get away from them, bro. They're not worth it. They're not worth the time, the effort, the energy. They're not worth any of that shit. Any of that shit, bro. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. I'm telling you, trust me, bro. They're not, bro. Just keep fucking locked in, bro, and bet on yourself every time. I like, people are afraid to bet on themselves, but I promise you, if you're willing to bet on yourself more, you're going to make it. I feel like it's deep down a thing. Like, it's a mindset thing. Like, people are like, well, I, uh, I don't know if I can make it, bro. It's all a mindset thing. It's all a mindset thing, bro. For real. If you already have the mindset that, like, well, it's gonna work. If you have the mindset that, like, bro, me, myself is gonna work. I'm gonna make it work no matter what happens. There's nothing that can stop you, bro. There's nothing that can stop you. So here's what I'm gonna go over this real quick. Chap. I'm gonna go over my 2025 wrapped. Kind of see what I learned this year. Just see what I learned this year, and kind of see what we're gonna do different and going forward. Yeah. All right, so let's look at my 2025 wrapped. Okay, so with my 2025 wrapped, here's what I learned. So you stepped into responsibility fully. No more drifting, no more I'll figure it out later. I said I'm gonna figure it out now in 2025. And I'm super proud of that, because, bro, you know how many people are not willing to fucking say, you know what, fuck it, this is my fault. I'm going to change this shit because I can, because I can, because I can. So many people are in denial, bro, and they're gonna stay in that fucking in denial shit, and that shit's not gonna take them anywhere in life. But, bro, it is so powerful that I decided, you know what, I'm not drifting anymore. I'm gonna figure this shit out right here, right now. I'm super proud of myself for that, bro. I became decisive and less hesitation, more action. I just stopped letting comfort and cannabis, even as much as I used to love that, like, blur my judgment, blur my focus, blur my motivation, blur my dedication, blur my persistence, blur everything that I knew was meant for me. I stopped letting all of those things blur all of that, all of my dedication and what makes me special. So I'm grateful for that, bro. You started, and here's another thing. These are big internal shifts that happen in 2025. You started moving like a man with a mission, not just talent, because I see that so often. Sometimes people just move like, okay, well, I'm talented, I'm gonna make it, bro. And I used to move like that too. I got talent, I'm gonna make it. My talent will outshine the other people who don't have talent. Well, bro, it doesn't work like that. Even if you're talented, you still got to work hard. Even if you're talented, you still got to make it, like, out of everybody. Literally, there's so many people, bro. So you might as well, bro. You might as well get serious about your life and where you're headed in life, so that you can quit playing and see the results. That's another thing, bro. Like, I decided, you know what? I'm going to have an amazing life. And here's the thing, bro. Make it really, really, really fucking brief with the people. If they're family, bro, make it brief. If they don't, here's the thing. They don't see you as the person who lives in luxury. Make it brief. They don't understand who you are becoming right now. They don't understand that you're going to make it right now. They don't understand that you're becoming a different person that you've always been up until this point. Make it brief. Make it brief, bro. People don't understand that. If they've known you your whole life, and then all of a sudden you start becoming successful, all of a sudden you start doing the right things, all of a sudden you start taking care of yourself, all of a sudden you start traveling and taking trips, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, hopefully you come down. I heard somebody tell me, okay, well, hopefully you come down to reality. Fuck no. That's your reality. This is my truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, this is my reality. But you don't have to. Here's the best part. You don't have to prove it to them. That's the best part. You don't have to prove to them that this is your new reality. You have to move like this is your new reality if you truly want it to be your new reality. Yo, Matthew, welcome in. Yo, Aiden's lost. Welcome in. You got to move like it's your new reality if it's going to be the new you. If it's gonna be the new you, just move like it, bro. And they're gonna be forced to treat you better, higher, and faster, better, if you just move like you truly matter. That's gonna be the important thing, bro. If you move like you really matter, and here's like the thing, bro. Sometimes people think like I told you. Somebody said, hopefully you're back to reality. Because I went on vacation. I was in a resort. I was living and having the best time of my life. That's just my life now. That's just my life now. And if you don't like that shit, if you wish you could be me, do some shit so that you can do that. Make some right decisions so that you can live that way. Don't fucking be mad at me because I decided to lock in. You can do everything I'm doing. You can go on vacation, bruh. You can go to resorts. You can go out of the country. You can go and do all that shit. I did. Don't try to take it out on me. Because I decided to live a beautiful life. Don't say, oh, well, it's time to come back to reality. Sometimes it's time for you to come back to reality. A lot of times people say shit that's hurtful, right? Yo, Tyler, welcome in. It's hurtful, right? But really, they're just reflecting how they feel on the inside. They always have to come back to reality. You can build a reality so beautiful it doesn't look real. You can build a reality that's so beautiful that people ask if it's real. People ask if it's AI. People ask if it's like fake because you're just living so good. That is real. There's people who don't have to worry about money. That is real. There's people who don't have to worry about like how they're going to get all their bills paid. That is real. You just got to believe that you're one of those people and make the right actions and steps to move like that. That is real. So let's see what else we got here, man. My bad. I went on a tangent right there. But look, I started moving like a man with a mission instead of just talent. That was so powerful, bro. That is so powerful. Moving like a man on a mission instead of just talent. I accepted discipline over motivation. Here's the thing, motivation is great and it can get you a lot of great places, bro, but like here's the thing. You cannot make it off of pure motivation. You got to have discipline to keep showing up. If you stop showing up, shit's not going to work the way you want it to work. It's not. It's just not, bro. Because if you stop being disciplined, you stop showing up, you stop making the most out of it, you stop doing it, bro. And here's the thing, a lot of times the people that you're working for, they're making more money than you, right? But they're not better than you. They're not smarter than you. They're not doing anything that you can't do. That was for somebody specific. If they are not smarter than you, they're not doing anything that you can't do. You just got to have the balls enough to fucking stand out and do it. You just got to have the balls enough to you know what? I'm going to fucking bet on myself. Jace, welcome in. I'm going to bet on myself and I'm going to make this my company. I'm going to make this my thing. I'm going to do my own thing. And sometimes you got to work for somebody else to actually understand like, okay, no, I do bring value. No, okay, I do make a difference. No, okay, I am a leader. That's whenever you guys, yo, Michael, welcome in. Sometimes you got to realize, bro, you are a leader. You just have to freaking realize it. You just got to realize it, bro. You do. So here's what I learned in 2025. Time is the most valuable asset. And I learned that I need to stop giving my time to to people with bad habits, to people who are having bad conversations with themselves and conversations with me, because they're a waste of time, waste of the most valuable asset there is. Like, you can't get it back. You can always make more money. Bro, even a house is like one of the most expensive things you can have. If you burn down a house, you can always get another house, but you can never get your time back. So never waste your time on somebody who is negative and they don't love themselves. If they don't love themselves, if they don't want to improve themselves, if they don't want to do nothing with themselves, leave them alone, bruh. They're not gonna make it. And if you keep fucking with them, you're not gonna make it. That's a decision. It's either you or them. You got to make that decision. You got to make that decision that, you know what, bro? Because I care about myself so much, I'm leaving you in 2025 because you guys are not having my best interest at heart. And sometimes it's going to hurt because you may care about those people, but that doesn't matter that much, bro. You matter the most out of all of this. Because at the end of the day, when those doors close, you got to deal with the decisions that you made. And I don't want you to get down to the end of the road and be like, you know what? I should have chose myself more. I should have chose myself more. I should have chose me taking care of my own mental health, me taking care of my own destiny, me taking care of my own future, me taking care of who I'm going to be so much more, instead of just trying to people please other people, try to make other people feel good, raise them up so they feel a little better about themselves. There's nothing wrong with being nice and sweet and beautiful to people. We should all be nice and sweet and beautiful to people, but bro, you gotta lock in and understand that those people are not going to be there for you when the door closes and you're all alone, and you got to deal with what you decided to do with your day. You got to deal with what you did. And that's why a lot of people get stuck into drugs and alcohol, because they can't deal with what they've been doing this whole time. They have to escape it, they have to run away from it. They're not willing to be honest with themselves that they've been bullshitting, just hustling and bustling just to get through the day. I've done it before, but bro, I decided this year is the year that I stop running from my reality and I start facing it. Turn around and face it. That's what you guys need to start doing. Turn around and face it. I started turning around and facing all the problems that I had, and I said, you know what? I'm going to face these problems. Because if I keep running from the problems, they're going to grow stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger till I can't run anymore. And that's how I just decided, you know what, bro? I'm more powerful than the problems that are chasing me. And I shouldn't let my problems chase me. I should run right through them. I should run right through these problems. These problems ain't problems in the first place. That's what I started to realize. These problems ain't no real problems. These ain't no real problems, man. Like, that's what I decided. That's what I learned in 2025. These are all the powerful lessons that I learned in 2025. So, look, you don't need to convince anyone. That's one thing I learned. You don't need to convince anyone. And here's the thing, just because you're in somebody's space doesn't mean you need to talk to them. It doesn't. I've learned that, like, bro, a lot of times people use information against you. Against you. See what I'm saying? They use that against you. So that's why you got to choose to hold back some information. And you got to hold that information, because all information is powerful. Why do you think all of these companies try to get your information? All information has power, and all information. So sometimes you got to learn to just hold that shit back. A lot of times they don't deserve your information. They don't deserve to have your information because they manipulate it later on along the lines. Make sure whoever you're giving your information to, they're helping you multiply that. If they're not, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Because there's always going to be somebody, and a lot of times it's the person closest to you. Your family, your mom, your dad, your loved one sometimes, which hurts, but you can choose them. And sometimes you need to choose somebody better. Sometimes you need to choose somebody better who believes in you and believes in your goals, believes that you can do it, believes that you're not doing all this for no reason, believes that what you're building is going to be greater than what you could have built building something for somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Remember, you don't got to convince anyone. The people who believe in you, you got to follow them. Not follow them. I feel like it'd be better to be with the people who already believe in you and you don't got to convince them. When you tell them this is what I'm doing, they believe in you. They see the results. And even if they don't see the results, go for the ones who are willing to believe in you without seeing the results. Those are the real ones right there. Those are the real ones right there, bro. Bro, so many times people are so doubtful. They're like, I want a guaranteed paycheck. I want to guarantee this. I want to guarantee that. Bro, in life, there are no guarantees. But if you fully take a risk, you give yourself the opportunity to really have the lifestyle that you really, really want, not just what you're settling for. Sometimes you got to go completely and entirely and take a risk. Because if nobody's going to take that risk, bro, if nobody's going to take that risk, they're just going to end up just like everybody else, bro. I realized, like, bro, I've watched everybody's life, right? And I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to just have to wake up and just answer to a boss, answer to somebody else, answer to somebody who's not better than me, not smarter than me, not helping me improve myself. That's the way I look at it. 100%, bro. Don't forget to like educate yourself. Don't forget to upgrade your mind. Don't forget to read a book or something, bro. Watch a powerful podcast. Honestly, reading can help you just become more eloquent in the way that you process your words and the way that you speak, the way that you present yourself. Those are those are powerful ways for you to use your valuable time. Truly, truly. Confidence is not loud, bro. Confidence is not loud. Confidence is very calm, direct, collected, selective in the way that they speak when they speak. Just know that you don't need confidence. Well, confidence is actually very needed. I'm not going to lie. But you don't need to convince anyone anymore. Your consistency and your efforts are going to speak louder than your words. Yeah, all of that is going to speak louder than your words. And you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to other people who don't understand you. There are tons of people who understand you out there right now. You're just not looking for them. But once you find those people, bro, don't let them go. Reach back out to them. Talk to them, bro. Talk to them, bro. And here's the thing: attraction follows yourself. The money, the women, the opportunities. It follows self-respect, standards, not chasing. You realize you can't pour into everyone, but when you do, it's got to be intentional. That's another thing that I realized in 2025. It has to be intentional. I had some people tell me, bro, you know what, Travis, you're so intentional. Everything you do is just very intentional. You do this because of this. Of course. Why would I be doing something for no reason? I'm doing everything for a reason. I've watched so many people do shit for no reason or for such a shallow reason for so many years. Everything I'm doing is intentional. Everything. All right, so let's look at my wins and achievements for 2025. Yo, Bryson Ray, welcome in. Welcome in, Jackson. All right, so I stepped into a remote sales role, proving that you can sell and communicate and perform in a real revenue environment. I learned to communicate, y'all. Yo, Bryson, what's good? I learned to communicate. I learned to communicate and make money off of the way that I'm communicating to people. That's a valuable skill to have. It's one of the highest levels of value, communication. So I think that was a powerful achievement in 2025. Let's see. Reclaimed mental clarity and decision-making power. That is a fire achievement to have in 2025. Let's see what else I got done. I deepened my identity as a creator, as a communicator, and a leader, not just someone with potential. I'm doing my wrapped for 2025. Everything that I learned, everything that I'm learned and that I achieved in 2025, and what I'm going to bring into 2026, and what I'm leaving alone and leaving in 2025. So yeah. Uh, what else did I do? I deepened my identity as a creator, a communicator, and a leader. Not just somebody like not just somebody who is having potential. All right, let's see what else I did. I clarified my long-term vision of time freedom, financial leverage, being present for myself, for my son, for my people, for my community, and built momentum across content, self-improvement, personal branding, and even motivation. Here's the things that I've changed. I went from impulsive to intentional. I went from people pleasing to standards. I went from scattered and everywhere to focused. I went from proving to selecting. I went from reacting to leading. Like, here's how I'm going to go even harder next year. I'm going to have more of a daily structure instead of just going with the vibes of things. As important as vibes are, I'm going to have more structure, have more direct things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to build systems instead of just hustling harder. I'm going to turn communication into income, content, sales, influence. More intentional storytelling, less explaining, more demonstrating. Build a clear masculine frame that others feel, not just hear. And know that I'm not behind. I'm early and awake. Patience plus pressure equals diamonds. Now I'm going to play the long game. I'm going to stay calm, consistent, and unavailable to the distractions. And just know that I'm no longer trying to be liked or understood. I'm becoming undeniable. And that's I'm very proud of myself. And that's the most important opinion that you could have, is the one of yourself. So guys, what did you guys learn in 2025? And what are you going to leave in 2025? And what are you going to bring over into 2026? Let me know in the comments section below. I appreciate everybody for coming out, spending a little bit of time with me. That is all for what we have tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace.